All right, so water and habitat quality. So they'll do a little research on that and see what the guy has to say. I went to them cold.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what, how far they'll go with
I
me.
mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I
Right,
mean,
exactly, so. All right. Permits and access. Who wants to handle that?
Who's going? I'll go.
Go ahead.
So we have 307 permits at this point. We have made $5,240. So we had the 80 via mail and 226 online applications. That's it.
All right. Well, we're above 300, which is fine. You know, we're within our 5-year average, I'd say.
Absolutely.
and over 2/3, probably 70% of our applications are online, which is much more efficient. And
You know, we lost out on the clam clinic with the weather.
Yeah.
You know, it's just too hard to do anything. I think it's fine for now.
Guys see the article, the guy down in Norwalk that was,
I'm gonna get to that.
okay.
I'm gonna get to
I
that.
saw the headline, I thought it was Bruce caught somebody down in Sasco.
Oh, so we're gonna get to that too.
I was like, go Bruce, oh, it wasn't him.
Since we're on that one, so I got a call on Sunday. I was up in New York State, so I couldn't go down. A guy that's down at Southport Beach a lot, he observed someone leaving with 3 5-gallon buckets of oysters. So he stopped him, told him it's illegal, told him it's not safe, this and that. The guy said, oh, I don't know, and left. So I said, did you get the license plate? And he said, no, but it was a blue car with a Greenwich Auto sticker on it or whatever. I'm like, listen, next time you see him, get the plate, either call DEP or call me, and maybe we can handle it. So 3 buckets
about
of
Southport?
oysters. Yeah. So 3 buckets is probably 300 oysters,
When was this?
Sunday. So early in the morning. It was an early tide. So it was a nice low tide, very early.
very low tide.
Car blue hue.
So,
One of them, yeah.
you know, they're probably selling them 300 oysters, 400 oysters. If they're getting a quarter a piece, it's not a bad, pick. But I mean,
Unless
we
you
don't
eat
have
them.
that's where we've done some restoration over there. So we might need some signage over there. Tim, do we have any good no shell fishing signs?
Nothing new that we don't have already out there. We could add some to those kiosks.
Yeah, or is it possible to get some signs made, like some metal ones,
Sure.
like the ones Ash Creek had?
Yeah, we could do that.
Where was this guy pulling him out of?
Southport Beach.
Southport
Beach,
Beach. So on the jetty and the little creek right there,
Interesting.
and he got a good haul. I mean, with the rainy weather and everything, it's a little iffy on that.
Yeah,
They're probably fine, but
that's
you know,
definitely
I
iffy.
wouldn't want a bad
Although a
one.
lot of those may have washed in from the oyster beds that are out far.
Yeah,
We always used to get a better haul down there after a
Zasco
storm.
Creek's prohibited, so it's a tough
Yeah,
spot.
but out, out there.
Commercial beds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
the
he
commercial
was-
beds,
I think he's up right in,
those storms, the way that,
yeah.
But
probably
he
washed
was,
in a lot.
he was where Cindy and I and Sean have waited around getting samples.
Yeah,
That's,
well,
there's a
either
stream.
way,
there.
Thought there wasn't
if
commercial.
anyone's down that way, in the Southport area,
How's
just
that?
take a peek at low tide, see if anyone's picking
Yeah.
oysters.
If you go down there you'll see the boats up there.
Southport
You'll see
Beach.
the
Maybe we'll talk about a sign,
They're
Tim,
not Fairfield.
see what some other,
No, they're the waters beyond.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't know what's appropriate to put on the sign. I guess we could kind of put
Does,
no shellfishing.
does Kerry have any signage?
Yeah, here's the yellow signs.
I prefer
think
skull
we
and
have some of
crossbones if
those.
you can get away with it. Danger,
Yeah.
no shellfishing.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like the red circle with the line and a couple of shellfish.
Something
And just
scary.
no shellfishing. Something, I don't know if there's a public act or a law pursuant to, you could put the law on there where you can get a ticket,
Mm-hmm.
so. you know, the guy that called it in, he's like, he's like, I would have called DEP, but he's like, I've called them before for fishing violations and that, and he's like, they just don't show up.
DP's not exactly 911.
Okay, Southport Beach reopening, so, you know, nothing's happened with that, but as we move on with water sampling and that down the road, you know, someday, so we'll see what happens with this other thing. Okay, now, commercial shellfish regulations. So Sean started to mention something. And recently, a harvester was arrested with a $7,500 bond for harvesting clams illegally on Norwalk Beach. Now, it's at a restricted area. I'm not sure, but I think it was the recreational area. So this person happened to be someone that came to this meeting multiple times asking for permission to clam here.
That tall guy?
Yeah, and
Interesting.
we said no, and, you know, the state pushed to get that guy in here, and, Alyssa Dragon said to me, she goes, you know, this Mike, he says, you're the reason why he can't clam in Fairfield, and I said, that's 100% right. And, you know, so in the future, if you get any commercial shellfish fishermen coming in, you really gotta do some research and ask around, like, because, I mean, anything can happen, but I know, you know, we had some boats come into Southport and where they put the dredge material. One of them ended up on top of Sunken Island at low tide, the boat teetering up there. And now this guy was one of them, and he's arrested. I mean, it's, I think it's worth it not to let anyone commercial shellfish here.
Is it illegal to do it, or
No, we said,
can we allow them to do it and
we can allow
do a
them,
revenue share with them or something?
we can, but
But there's not much revenue.
there's
to
not much
share.
revenue for us in it. What they pay for, what people charge these different towns is, you know, it's like 50 cents a bushel. And we just don't have the product. So it works well, like a Stratford that has a Housatonic River that has a ton of seed oyster. So people will go in there and harvest seed oyster, and the town will get 50 cents a bushel, and then they sell the bushels for $10 a piece, and, you know, other people put it on their beds. So we've had commercial shellfish regulations in the past. We haven't issued a permit while I've been on the commission, which is almost 12 years now. So,
And
we just have a small natural bed. We don't have a lot of area. So if you look at our shellfish map, you'll see that there's a little bit out in front of Jennings and Penfield, but there's also ledge out there. And then as you go from Penfield Reef over to, what is it, Kenzie Point? Or no, is it? Yeah. That's a skinny little strip. It's way up by the houses on the sandbar. And then it goes across Southport, like the whole Sasko and Southport Beach area. But we've surveyed there in the past, there's not much there. And recently, we had all the dredge material brought from Southport Harbor and dumped onto an area out there. And before they did that, boats came in and took up all the clams and that, so that we wouldn't kill them. Now, where that sand is today, nobody knows, but
well, most of that sand that they dredged is going shoreward towards Southport Beach.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Army Corps has gone out and surveyed, and they know that.
so we just haven't issued any permits. We haven't set any new regulations. Our last regulations that we set were just for Ash Creek. And that was years ago, and we made them very restrictive so that no one would get a permit. And they didn't get a permit. So even if we do a commercial shellfish, if we start issuing permits, we really gotta charge enough for the permit, enough per bushel, and really, to trust anyone, you almost have to have them call you before they go out. And for the Ash Creek thing, we had them where the boat had to be checked before they left the area. So,
Who's
either
gonna,
by the Marine
who's gonna be
Police,
the
the
person to do
DEP.
that?
right, so,
We can do Southport, but I know
Well-
Sean can too.
the thing is, it's
Sean's
gonna,
retiring.
what it is,
When are you retiring?
I'm replaced
This year?
tonight.
No kidding.
he's the subject of other, we're gonna get to it.
Oh,
Dang.
I just sing and dance.
So,
Replacement?
you have to, it's, creates extra work. I don't know if the revenue
Yeah.
is equal to, just having that as a natural resource in Fairfield. We have to relay our own clams, and we use our natural beds for that. And just letting the oysters grow is a benefit for everybody versus harvesting them. So that's my feeling on the commercial shellfish regs here, is that we could put them in place, but I don't know if we ever want to issue a permit. All right, so yeah, that was something like the third violation for this guy. So I guess he
Really?
just kept going and doing it.
Wow.
But the bad part about it is, I guess the clams were harvested on the beach there, but he put tags on them for a different area. So, that's like, you don't know if those clams are tested, if the area is open, anything. So,
Is he penalized, amount of money, or is he,
gotta go to court. I mean,
oh, it's legal?
Well, it's kind of sad because the reason they're doing it is because they're desperate.
yeah,
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
yeah, they don't have anything, but, all right, so that's it for commercial shellfish regulation, right? Anything else? Oyster bed development? All right. So spat collectors are still in the water and we have a few oysters. So, not this weekend, the weekend after. It's 21st, 22nd, something like that.
It's right around Thanksgiving, yeah.
22nd is the
Well,
Saturday.
Thanksgiving's that week, yeah.
Right.
The weekend before Thanksgiving.
Eric was just asking me yesterday about that.
So I wanted to get the spat collectors out and get those oysters and just bag up the ones off the spat collectors and the ones that are hanging, just dump them over in the creek.
Do we
So-
know what the tide schedule is?
That's
between
what I was
those 2
gonna
days?
ask, is do we know what the tide schedule is? I know how-
So I see him assigned to that, John. What does that
So what's the date on that?
require? Me?
On the oyster bed development?
Saturday, Sunday deal?
You make decisions and help on oyster bed development.
Yeah, it's fine. What, I just, time-wise, what are you thinking?
Oh, this weekend, that weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, once we see the tide, then I was thinking this Saturday, but, so that
Yeah, on
is
Tuesday,
Saturday, the 22nd. It would have to be Sunday. 8 AM. I have to pull the spat collectors at 8 AM and knock it out. There's not a lot of spat on them, and I think there's only 20 collectors right now. So probably be able to do it in 2 hours.
So we wouldn't need the.
They went in
the
late.
rotator?
No, we'll just bag them right there.
Okay.
We could power wash them, put them in the bags and then power wash them.
So the ones we have
the water
hanging,
will probably be turned off down there.
Oh, okay. Well, we just bag them. They'll be fine. They're clean on the spat collectors, so they'll go into the bags. And
What's the
then
date?
23rd?
22nd.
no,
23rd.
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 So the ones we have bagged up, we're just gonna dump those
Yeah,
into
we'll
Ash
just put
Creek?
those in the creek, yeah.
No, this is Sunday, November 22nd.
23rd.
No, the 23rd is Sunday, 22nd is Saturday.
Oh, this is 26, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. You're too far ahead.
And 8 o'clock is the low tide?
7:53 it says is low tide.
So where to?
So what time are
Where
we
is that?
starting then?
Ash Creek open space, where we did the Mill River. So, only one person has to go in the water. If you want, I could go down there early at 8, grab all the spat collectors. It's a terrible tide, it's a foot over. Grab the spat collectors and bring them
Throw
up
them in a
on shore,
sled.
and then we could,
Put them in the sleds?
Yeah, I'll put them in this. I think I got them all out there in one. Nah, it must have been 2 trips. Yeah, 2 trips. So,
Probably 2 trips with the
2
oysters
trips.
on them.
Yeah, so I'll bring 2 sleds.
I can help. My,
Mm.
my mimosa hangover should be done by then, the day before.
By 8?
Well, on Saturday, yeah, I should be
Oh,
good.
Put a long tow line on your truck.
all right, so we'll plan on Sunday, November 23rd at 8, between 8 and 9 in the morning, all right? I'll get down there early so I can get those things out. Sean, if you want to meet me there.
What do we need to bring as far as equipment?
We'll have to get the bin of gloves and the chipping tools. I
And
mean,
some
there's not
pails-
really a
pails to
ton
sit
of
on,
oysters, yeah. I'll bring a couple pails and some, material for the
We could
bags.
almost set a picnic tables and do it, you know.
I know, yeah, it's not gonna take very long.
I'll be there too, if I can help.
It's
You got
not,
good
it's
pair of gloves,
nothing like
thick
what we
gloves?
had.
Let's do the
Yeah.
sharpish
Ski
shit.
gloves? Yeah.
Still,
Yeah,
They might rip your ski
Yeah.
gloves.
I have
off.
some
Yeah,
like
we just buy
work
the, we just buy the
Hugh, the learning curve.
Gray ones.
You know,
gray ones, we
you
just
learn how
buy
to
the
do it
packet
in about
at
1
Home
second.
Depot.
Okay, all right.
You're breaking.
Those, I feel like those
oysters
rip.
off of this plastic.
No, I've never had them ripped.
Yeah, you saw the
They got
scrap
a little more
collectors, you just chipping
aggressive
them
with the
off.
hands.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you see them,
I've
yeah.
never had a
They
problem.
fall right off, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Sunday, the 23rd, between 8 and 9.
And the oysters about the size of a quarter. They're big.
Yeah, they're big. You like coffee and donuts or something, bagels, what is,
Yeah, no.
bagels? Anyone gluten free? No. Black coffee?
You know, we
That's
start out
what it is.
black, we can make it any color you want.
All right.
Especially if Sean's
We'll
hungover.
grab some coffee and that.
Are we gonna try and get
50-50.
volunteers and stuff? Or never
Yeah, if we
bother?
wanna try to get some volunteers. I think I got a few people that
I mean, we have in the
have
past.
asked to volunteer that I
Yeah,
think.
they have asked, I remember we talked about that.
I'll,
I just saw pictures.
You know, we got things volunteers could do, because we have the bags of oysters, and the oysters have grown through the mesh. So we need to take scissors and cut the mesh off of cut the oysters out of the mesh. So that takes a few minutes.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we gotta walk some oysters out and all that stuff, so.
I forgot her name. It's a mom, and then she has a son that helped. I think she was from the school in Bridgeport.
Oh, yeah. I forgot her name. You have her contact or no?
No,
we also have
I have to go over to the school, maybe I'll see if I can find her.
one of the Mill River gals.
Yes, she gave me her number, so I'll contact her. Crow.
I'll help.
You'll be
Where is
there.
it?
Ash Creek,
Where it is?
at the open space over by,
Oh, okay, the other side.
Yeah, the other side.
Over by the,
all right, yeah, so we could put out a post too, you know, if you wanna come down and,
This is over by the big loop around. It's not, on the
but
Bridgeport side. We're saying it's normal in the parking lot where we normally go.
where the helicopters land, by the boat
You
ramp.
said Ash Creek, you said the other side. Someone said the other side.
oh no.
Got me thinking
No,
over
you
the
said
Oh,
other
no,
side.
I meant the other side, like of the marina when you go in.
Yes, to the left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, when you go in, you don't have a sticker, you say open space. Right. All right. Nothing else on oyster bed development now. Communications.
Okay, the deadline for the spring brochure is December 1st. Okay, which is coming up pretty quickly, obviously.
Yeah.
We have our old ad, which we can probably run again. I spoke to our designer, and he can make changes if we need to. One of the changes that we need to make is the fact that it specifically mentions the date of the clam clinic. And the clam clinic, I think we can set the date now if we look at the June dates in 2026.
Yeah, let's just see if it could be done. If it could be done in June, then you could say June 2026.
Yeah, and here's some, and it looks to me, here's,
I mean,
if you guys can. share down there.
That June 6th is a really good time,
June's-
10:16.
June 6th is 10:16, it's not quite as, it's a .73 tide.
Okay,
The following week is obviously no good because, and then the 20th is a minus .05
oh,
tide
yeah.
at 10:27. So that's almost a better deal.
Yeah, so the beach is open at that point, right?
20th,
So you gotta do it,
10:27.
usually we start at what, an hour before or
Yeah.
2 hours before?
Yeah, so we started at, if we started at, say, 9 o'clock, that's an hour and a half before.
Mhm.
Or 9:15.
And it's a good tide, so
Saturday the 20th?
Yeah, and you'll just
I think
have
Saturday
to,
the 20th definitely looks better.
if you don't have a sticker, you have to just get out of there, you know. I don't think they give out the tickets anyway, so.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
is
that
gonna
looks
be
like a
it?
good
Saturday
date.
the 20th?
The 20th,
Yeah,
okay.
but,
These
you know,
are the
you
spot
have two
collectors.
choices in June.
They are.
So if you wanna do the spring
So then,
newsletter, you don't have to have the
Do the
exact
thing.
date, you could
No,
just say
but the-
coming in June.
Yeah.
No, but our
With
ad.
their
How do you get
if
the
we
spat
run the
off that?
same ad.
So
Right,
here
you just would have to
see,
change that, that's all.
Yeah,
You
so
just
I
hold
want to
on.
be able to,
Change.
I've got to
So
put
they
a
rip
date
right
in
off.
here.
Yeah.
come right off.
Well,
You might
don't
wanna
have
reference the
but-
social
Then you
accounts to
kinda
check
like
in case of rain or
bend and
something like
break.
that.
Because you have to think, there's gonna be a few new people on the commission. And you have to make sure everyone's gonna be able to show on those dates. So you're gonna need to talk about it, right?
Well, we could simply say,
You
know,
could say
This is it.
June,
June to be determined.
because you got two dates. Most likely it'll happen in June, right?
Right.
You don't wanna go to May.
No.
I think the 20th is the better date.
All right. That's what I would do, but I know, it looks better with the date, I know.
So what,
Or you could put tentative, the two dates,
you know, I mean.
or TBD.
We could put, yeah, we could say the 6th or the 20th to be confirmed.
Put the social accounts down so they can check and see what the date is.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Because do we have to get it cleared with Park and Rec?
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely have to.
I would aim for the 20th. It's a little warmer.
Right, the 20th is the
Yeah.
one, yeah. It's got the lower tide.
Okay.
Thanks for printing this out, Bruce. Okay, so, all right, keep going.
So also, assuming that we run with the same ad, we do speak specifically as to what our permit fees are. And if you look at our permits, we've sold year-to-date, we sold about $5,000 plus. If we were to have raised the rates $5 across the board on each category, we'd gotten about $1,500 more, 1,500 and,
So, on that point is, we're going to have a meeting, right? If we're gonna change it for next year, the meeting has to happen next month
well,
before the new before people start buying
We-
permits again.
the problem is, what are we gonna do? This ad here
Has the number on it,
has a number on it.
right? So.
And that ad has
So
to
what I was
go
gonna
in
say,
by the
yeah.
1st of December.
So if we are definitely going to change the permit fees, you can put the permit fee in there. We just have to decide what they're gonna be. Weren't they gonna raise
Can
up
we-
the,
Can we make that decision tonight?
we can, just for this purpose, and then you have to have a special meeting and talk about it and vote about it. So,
Why do we, if we put it on the agenda, or we vote to put it on the agenda, why can't we vote and do it?
I know the last time we did it, we had a special meeting. So I'd have to look at maybe we don't. I'll have to look into it. If we don't, we'll just do it at a meeting.
Well, since it's not on the agenda, and we want to add it to the agenda, in order to add something to the agenda, you need to have 2/3 of those present, which I think we can get, to add it to the agenda. And if we say, yes, we want to add
But
fees.
we're not adding that. All we're doing is talking about the booklet right now. So we can decide, I think we already talked about it, weren't we gonna raise the non-resident, or the resident senior, or seniors to 15, and resident, so the categories are gonna go The $10 one was gonna go to $15, the $20 one was gonna go to $25.
And the non-resident would go up $5 too.
You wanna make the non-resident up $10? Or is that too much, to 50?
I say 10.
I'd say 10.
What do we have as far as like
What's
the neighboring
our- What's our
towns?
sheet say on how many non-residents we have? 22.
Or I say even higher.
Let's just go to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming from out of town.
Residents 25,
They're not paying
non-residents
taxes here.
50. Well, they're paying $50 towards the clams, and, I mean, this is.
It's a bargain
The clams
still.
are basically
It's a bargain.
funded by, yeah, it's a total bargain, but it's funded by permits, so, we don't wanna lose the non-residents, but the truth is, we only have 22. So if we lose, even if we lose 5 of them, you know, if you're coming to clam and it's $40 or $50, does it make a difference?
No.
No, right? So, all right, so what do you think? Up them 5, 5, 10?
We'll find out. That seems fine to me.
Yep,
Yes.
agreed.
No.
I've looked at the other rates, and those proposed numbers are comparable.
All right, and what do we put in the, we just put the resident and non-resident in the ad?
Yes.
It's still the best deal in town. What are people paying for a round of golf?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, we have all the categories.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so if, for the purpose of the booklet, is what's gonna get printed, all right? And then either we do it in the December meeting, if we can do it in our regular meeting and just add it to the agenda, we'll do it then and vote on it. And there will be enough people that say yes to this, right? It's not gonna go the wrong way.
I mean, I
But,
think there are gonna be people trying to buy their permits for next year
before the
before we
meeting.
make a decision. I don't know.
Tim, when do people usually start getting the permits?
Usually December.
So,
They
They
start
may-
asking for next year in December, and usually I kind of wait closer to the holidays when it's, you know, no one's going out in the water, so it doesn't matter whether they did it this
Right.
week or next week, you know, so.
so if we're gonna change our rates, you think the December meeting is too late for that?
I don't think so. I think it's good timing, and I'll get Parks and Rec to adjust Rec Track. You know, I'll have them waiting in the wings, so we pull the trigger once it's approved, and they just change the pricing in the online system.
All right, perfect.
Perfect. And yeah, I think that the raising the price is valid because the differences we've made, our cost is higher for the plastic permits and.
Nothing. I'm not sure. I'll make sure the price stays the same for the clams. But clams are starting to get scarce. I'm not sure if the price is gonna stay where we're getting it, and we don't, you know, the
Yeah.
companies we get it from
When
now.
we do a market buy on clams,
Yeah.
we're paying 70 cents a piece. Somebody goes out and gets couple
Are we paying
dozen,
70 cents a piece?
that's what you said.
No, maybe oysters, not clams.
Yeah, no, the oysters would have been 70 cents a piece. The clams are less. And then even when we do a relay though, if you divide it out, we're still, you know, paying for those clams, our own clams, but,
Well,
yeah, so the price of clams are getting more scarce. The price may go up, so, you know, we have to adjust. The last time we did this, I don't even know if we changed the price. I think all we did was eliminate all the other categories. So, yeah, it's
Who's
been
gonna
the
add
same for a
tariffs
long time.
if we need more money? 50 cents a clam. Come on, pay me.
Have to sell some commercial permits. All right.
we'll have a,
So, on communications, I don't know, someone wants to throw a reminder up there that, you know, there's some clams and oysters out there, and they're good for the 7 fishes and things like that. The holidays, we'll make it a few permits, but, you're gonna handle that, you'll get that. No changes, nothing, you got it, right?
yeah, we're gonna make the changes on the date and the rates.
That's it.
Other than that, it's gonna be the same,
Okay.
and we'll get that done next week, and we'll get it into Parks and Rec, and I talked to Parks and Rec today, they've got a
Okay. Last one is the upwellers. So the upwellers we didn't use this year, but they're there and they work. I took Fairfield U for a little walk in Ash Creek and talked about a bunch of things. The teacher's really enthusiastic in that. I'm wondering if possibly they might be interested in doing something with that in the future. But after I'm off the commission, no one really knows how that thing works. Because Sean also will be off the commission.
Do
So,
you still volunteer?
yeah, I can volunteer, that's fine. Like, if you want to get it started and if you can get volunteers that want to help clean or do things with that, such as like, the high schools now have these marine classes and that, because I walked Ash Creek with them. We did the seventh graders, did
We
these
probably did
high
200,
school.
I mean,
at
and then
least
did the
200
college.
kids.
with something like this, rather than asking these kids to help, I wonder if, if you're in high school, you want to burnish your resume to go to college. I mean, that's kind of the thing. So maybe there's a way to bundle the responsibility for it so they get a lot more
Well, there is.
oomph out of it.
Like, when I, talked about in the past, like a junior commissioner.
That's what I'm saying.
So say you got 2 junior commissioners, you could just go, whatever, 2 junior commissioners. And they make a 6-month commitment.
Yep.
And, part of their commitment would be going down and
Correct.
managing that, helping with that.
That's their main remit.
Yeah. And then they get to learn about how a commission works and that. This is a fairly easy commission. There's some things that are actually interesting.
That's a good idea. And Ludlow has a maritime program.
Yes, so both the high schools do, yeah.
Oh, they do?
Well, I was at that Ash Creek and then I had to meet the high school right after
Okay.
and for their program. And the teacher for that is like very enthusiastic towards the stuff. So if you could possibly get, even like Fairfield U, say, the teacher said, all right, the classes, this is gonna be part of the classes to help with that.
But to Sean's point, you give them a name, a title that they can put on a resume
Oh,
that
yeah, that's the whole point of that.
has value to it.
Listen, the whole junior commissioner thing is something that someone can put on their college
Yeah.
application, and they were part of this, and they put in the time, and they have to make
Or
a
a
commitment.
project,
6
in
months.
other words.
Right, I mean, kids were going to school for marine biology or something like that. It was
But
fantastic.
so that, like, position is just in name only, it's not a real, the town they can't vote on anything, but they'd have to show up, yeah. So, I don't know if any of you is interested in putting that together. I don't know when my last meeting is, if it's tonight? It is January? How do you know that?
Because I talked to Jen Carpenter today.
Oh. So, my last meeting will be in January.
Bruce isn't going anywhere, is he?
No. All right, so we're done with upwellers. We'll figure out how to do that. I'll help whoever it is, if they're gonna do it. If they're not and they need to be dismantled, we can dismantle it and sell it or whatever we do. Or maybe some other organization might wanna take that thing over from us or something. But that's down the road. All right, so on this last meeting thing, right? I've been doing this for a long time, like 11 and a half years. And, I did 2 5-year terms and I filled out a year and a half of someone that passed away. So tonight's legitimately my last meeting, all right? So if you want me to come back in December and January, you have to let me do the report at the gathering of the Shellfish Commissioners. Okay?
Yeah.
Do we have a party for you afterwards?
There might not be a party after I do that, but. No,
So,
whatever you
well,
want.
this is the last night for
So-
Sean too, so.
This is last night for Sean, yeah. We're not
Last
there
night we'll see
yet.
the big truck.
I can volunteer things.
No, one of the things that
All right, so let's just go to, and then we'll get to the business. I'm just gonna do reports from the Conservation Department. Our shellfish fund balance, $32,475.40. So I guess we weren't at 23,000 a couple months ago, so that's a really good balance there. We were planning on spending 2,500 on a relay, and we didn't do it, so it would have been 30,000. You're definitely gonna have to buy some clams next year. Market buys, relays, whatever, that number's getting, well, unless you buy a boat.
I said, what happened to that boat?
Well, we could put a lot of that money towards a boat, I guess, right? So,
That boat that we were discussing.
yeah, it's gotta go into the budget, and Tim, you'll be figuring that out, but it looks like the Shellfish Commission has a good chunk of change towards that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I recall we were gonna split it between the department. Budget season hasn't started yet, so, but that will be coming, moving forward, in this cycle.
so that's up to you and the future commissioners. All right,
Tim, do you have the information on the boat insofar as costs so that you know what a number would be? Okay, good.
Yep.
all right. Shellfish permits, as reported, 307 as of October 31st. Our closure period, as reported, open 270 days, closed 33. Our Shellfish Commission budget status, as Tim said, budget season is coming, and that's when we'll talk, the commission will talk to Tim about that. Old business, Mill River wetland. So we did the last one, after the last meeting, right? You wanna talk about it?
Well, I think it's pretty amazing that there must have been 200 kids, 200 or 300 that we did over a period of time, because there are probably about,
Yeah, there's more than that, I think.
many, because they bring 3 to 4 buses, and we did it probably, I don't know how many rounds, probably 8 rounds.
8 days,
8 days.
multiple rounds per day. Oh, 8 round. The kids come through like 5 or 6 groups each session. And some of the sessions, there's 2 sessions per day. But, so Hugh, you got to do one little talk. What'd you think? You don't know anything about oysters, nothing like that, but you taught those kids.
But I watched a lot of presentations given by Bruce. So by the time I got to that point, I pretty well had it down.
Yeah.
And, in some areas I ad-libbed a little bit and I would turn it over to Bruce where I was stuck, so it was easy. But the thing I found is in the beginning, I was thinking, oh, kids are gonna hate this. And some of them were actually curious. Some of them were just tuned out. But some of them really wanted to know more. And I felt like those few that you connect with, it was very worthwhile.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was, one of the most amazing things is they were in groups of about 10 or 12 that would go from
Right.
station to station. And some of the most unlikely, because you have boys and girls, some of the most unlikely ones were the most interested. I mean, remember there was one young
Yeah.
blonde girl who had beautiful fingernails, and she said, she reached into, because we have a tank with oysters and crabs in it, and she said, she had it. And another boy came up to her and said, I want to see it, and she pushed him away and said, no, this is my crab. And, I mean, they were really engaged. I mean, if you saw it, sometimes the tank was in the middle of the table, we were at a picnic table, and there were just all these bodies, grabbing to get into the water. And I think it's a real testament, and especially, Tim was involved with Joy Shaw recently, but Joy Shaw, who started this, has been doing this for 50 years or more, and she ran the whole curriculum for estuaries and everything else. She wrote that for the middle school. And the fact that that's endured and is incorporated into the curriculum today is pretty remarkable. And
Yeah, so, yes, a lot of the kids took a lot away from that.
Yeah.
Just by what we put out there for them. And, the tank with the crabs and everything, what's amazing is, that's just from the bags of oysters hanging on the dock, and there's all these fish in there, like multiple species of fish, crabs, what else is in there, gosh?
oh,
The crabs,
Tunicate,
oh, the shrimp, tunicate,
tunicate is this,
you had like, baby, what were they,
Invertebrate.
oyster toadfish?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of kids didn't realize that that little area, you could show the balloons and you could say, "See, this is why we want you to be careful of the waters, because this is a real habitat.
Right.
Things are living here and they're growing and it's a real ecosystem and we need to protect this. And
Yeah, and they don't-
ironically,
they see it.
that's what John was telling the college students of, don't throw your trash in the water because this is what's living there.
So I just thought about it is, I just saw a picture of the SantaCon, and there's lots of kids on that beach. And if we could put a tax on them, a shellfish tax, we could really buy a lot of
Big
clams.
boat.
Big boat.
Someone posted a picture today of Fairfield Beach and all the golf balls.
There's a lot of golf balls.
Golf balls in the water?
Can't
Lots
imagine.
of golf balls. Yeah.
Like
I don't know what to
crazy.
do about 'em. They seem to be innocuous. They sort of just sit there. Nothing grows on them, nothing. Like the barnacles don't grow on them, the oysters.
We've all seen the Seinfeld
I've seen
episode.
kids,
Thankfully, there's no whales.
Yeah, right?
I've seen kids down at Sasco Beach, driving balls into the beach.
So we got to the college kids, and the college kids came down, and I still had the same tank set up and everything set up for them. And they were just as interested as the seventh graders. And they walked down, we went in the water, a couple girls went in the water and threw some shell in the water. I told them all about the area and everything, and they were super interested. There had to be, gosh, there's like 24 of them or something like that. And it was pretty good. So in the future, someone else might want to do that. But it's like, you don't have to know a lot to connect with. I was talking about where those picnic tables are that we did our presentation on. When I was in high school, that's where we had our cake parties every weekend.
For
We didn't
sure.
think about Ash Creek, but now these college kids have their big party, and we drag a few through the creek, and we get them thinking, and it's like, and I said to him, I said,
It's
you
creating
the
awareness.
beautiful benefit of living on one of the nicest beaches around, and just think about, there's a lot of people working really hard to keep these areas nice and so yeah, I think they got it. And then I took a video while I was there, and my finger was over the lens. All right.
You can't control 475 Grinches on one afternoon. It's gonna.
Anything else on old business? So new business,
Just
so
Grinches.
it says transition to the new commission chairman. So how we'll have to do this is, if there's no one comes on or a suitable replacement until then, right?
Well, we have
to still have elections in December.
one commissioner coming on who
Right.
was voted on by today and will be at the December meeting.
Right.
Joe Crotchy.
So that still leaves a space where I can still do this by
You
the
can
town
be-
code or whatever. Okay. But we have to have elections, so we have to, in December, so that the new person takes over.
So we need a nominating committee tonight,
Right.
so that the nominating committee can propose a slate in December.
All right, so usually Sean does that, but he's off. Cindy, you do it usually, or was that? So Cindy, how about you and Hugh are the nominating committee?
Okay.
So basically, all it is that,
Three positions. Three positions.
yeah, the three positions. So whoever it is contacts either Cindy or Hugh on, what, if they want to be the chairman, vice chair, secretary. It's been the same for a long time, but.
Don't look at
Am
me.
I correct, Bruce, on this?
The secretary does not.
I think the secretary should be writing all the thank you letters.
Nobody ever told me what I have to do. It's just a title.
So secretary, when I first started, I was a secretary. And Bob Billick made me write down the whole meeting, right? Like all these
Didn't-
notes
I feel
and
like-
stuff.
Didn't,
And then I realized the meeting's being recorded on tape. So the next meeting, I didn't write down anything. And that was that. That was, you know, it's like the name only,
Mhm.
I guess. I'm sure other commissions, there's a function for the secretary.
We also need to
treasurer, no.
confirm our meeting dates, which, look them over.
Yeah, well, that
They have
list
yet?
will come out next month, right?
Yeah, I feel like that comes out in December.
Yeah, and I looked over all the second Wednesdays in 2026, and there aren't any Valentine's Days or that seem to be
Okay.
severely February 11th. It's
All right,
not-
so Prue, Cindy Wakeman and Hugh Stein are the nominating committee for
Got it.
the three positions, chairman, vice chairman, and secretary. And just because you're on the committee doesn't mean you can't be one of those things. Vice chairman. You,
So who's your vice chairman now?
Bruce.
He's just not retiring.
No.
This post. Okay.
So Bruce may want to run for chair, and Cindy might want to run for vice chair,
Yeah.
and you might want to run for secretary.
There you go. That's our cabinet.
You know, that might happen, just like that.
You never know.
But then, you know, let's see, so then there's gonna be Joe also, and Joe might be a good candidate for secretary, I'm not sure. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, Joe is currently vice chair of the Bigelow Center. And he's leaving that position because he really wants to be on the Shellfish Commission.
I mean, Joe would be a good candidate.
Does
for
he
running
go
the
like
meeting.
claiming and like, does he do any of this? Is he involved in any way?
Forget, I interviewed him last time.
Just curious whether or not
I
he has
think
any
he's just a
experience and
town
he's
guy.
just,
Does Joe have experience?
yeah, like,
He's-
does he know,
he-
like,
Yeah, he's an active shellfisher. He shellfishes with
Oh,
his
yeah.
grandkids. You know,
yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
He's an attorney. He's a corporate attorney.
He would be,
Ooh, Alcohol Legal Counsel.
he'd be a good chair. He could run a meeting, I know that. All right,
Zed, I don't have any experience shellfishing. It's not my.
yeah, you're gonna get it.
I like the,
Right.
what would I like the water? And I'm concerned about that, you know, we're doing everything.
Right, I think we need to have a balance of both though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean. So,
Sure.
We
like,
can't have too many people that don't have any experience, or
Right.
else we just have
And
a,
he wants to be involved. He wants to.
he'll be fine. I interviewed him, what was it, last year.
Yeah, he's very enthusiastic.
All right,
boots on the ground. Your boots on the ground.
Okay.
so it's Sean's last meeting. And we didn't get him anything.
Would you have to come back next month?
Yeah, for an encore.
Are you coming on the 23rd?
I will, on the 23rd.
We'll see you on the 23rd.
There you go.
Well, Sean, when he came on this commission, he saw the aw shucks. And he loved it so much, he got the exact boat built.
That was before I
That was
joined the
before,
commission.
but
Yeah.
wait. So then Sean did you run the boat up on the beach or did the sailboat run up on the beach?
No, that was me. So I was coming back from Fairfield Beach Road, dropping somebody off in the identical Aw Shucks, but in blue. And I was going across over to Ye Yacht Yard, and there was a capsized sailboat with two people in it hanging on. So, but if you guys know the boat, it's a lightweight boat, no keel. And so I ended up dragging them over to Sasko Beach on July 4th, I think, weekend. And I couldn't control it, so like I couldn't get to the spot on the left, so I definitely was going right in the middle of where everybody was. And so I'm honking my horn, the lifeguard's blowing his whistle, and as he tried to blow his whistle, I would honk the horn at him and be like, "Move, people!" And then I pulled onto the beach, we pulled them in, and then Mike Hargrove,
Mike Harwood.
Mike Harwood was on the beach, and he sort of wanders over, and he's like, "This is the same thing as Aw Shucks," and someone's like, "Help that old woman out of the water!" So then he helped her out, and that's
So then Mike Harwood got Sean's name.
Yep.
And so then we were talking and I said, oh, let's try to get him on the commission. So we got him down to the oyster spat.
Spat collection, yeah.
And we did that, and next thing, he's on the commission. So Sean's been on the commission for 5 years. He's been involved in everything we do,
5 years
right?
already.
Yeah, it's 5, back in the pandemic.
And he's been a big contributor the whole time. You know.
Appreciate you guys having me. I mean, I think if everybody did one term of these things in town, it'd be beneficial for everybody. You know,
Yeah.
Whether it's whatever commission you join, we'll volunteer
It's,
work.
I think you took over for Eric Johnson, maybe? And,
Don't forget that, Eric. There was a lady that was leaving right when I was joining.
oh, Deb Detmer, maybe.
Deb was on for a few months and then she left.
Allison.
Allison had just left. So yeah, you guys would know,
Oh.
you'd know who I was replacing.
So, you know, Sean's had some ideas. We haven't got them all into effect, but we did a few and people won some prizes and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's been pretty good. And I'll
It's
see
been
you in
fun.
2 weeks and yeah. Thank you for your, that was 5 years.
Thanks for running tight ship.
All right, anyone else want to say anything to Sean on his last meeting?
Dear son John.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Alright.
your service.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure.
Thank
I
you.
hope it's cold and windy on that Sunday morning. No, it'll be nice. It's always nice for us.
Are you relocating to Maine or are you hanging out still?
I'm still here, even though my kids aren't here, but I'm back and forth.
Sean is
Snow
everywhere.
up there right now?
I don't think the temperature's dropping, but I don't think snow yet.
Okay. I know it is in the Adirondacks.
Yep.
Oh, Maine's gotta have snow,
My
right?
sister
I haven't
has.
heard
You're on the
that.
coast?
No, I'm inland.
Yeah, you got snow.
Northern New Hampshire's gonna get a few inches of snow. We were up there a week and a half ago and they got light snow at elevation.
Mm-hmm.
All the whites were white on the top, but only about the top 1,000 feet.
All right. So, who wants to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I will make the final motion to adjourn.
I'll second the
Only
motion.
appropriate.
All in favor? Aye, meeting adjourned.